Good afternoon. Well, it's coming at 4 o'clock. I hope you guys enjoyed my video I made earlier this morning. I wanted to do, I watched my video, then I watched some Perry Stone. I watched John Campia's show. I watched a good hour of John Campia's live show. Usually when John Campia gets to the questions, I usually stop. Because the questions it's not really that interesting. But when he talks about the topics, that's when I watch it. I watched like an hour of John Campia's show. Then once Rob left and all them, I stopped watching because it's just the questions, right? Answering questions. That's sometimes I watch the question part, but the question part's a bit more not as interesting. Hence, I stopped watching those. When the goal is to get my coffee, guys. My coffee's brewing. My fresh coffee's brewing with cream. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed my video I made. The video I made this morning talked about Xanus, the Xanus brand. The Xanus brand is the #1 brand, guys, in the entertainment industry. There's a reason why my son told me your book's #1, Ivan. It's the best brand, the biggest brand, and the best brand. The biggest brand because I wrote it. I'm a son of God. That's why it's the biggest. It's also the greatest story ever told. It's a better, more popular IP than all those famous IPs in Hollywood. Even better than Star Wars, Marvel, Lord of the Rings, better than all those IPs. Yeah. So I'm gonna get my coffee in maybe 5 minutes, guys. My coffee's brewing. Yeah. Did you get your beer today? Yeah, today, the days I'm off, I get beer. I get like 2-pack of smokes in I got 2-pack of smokes in a 40, 2 40s. Then tomorrow I'm only gonna get 1-pack of smokes. Wednesday, 1-pack of smokes. Yeah, I'll touch a good maybe $80 in my savings. So I'll have like $400 saved. The next paycheck I should have my $900 saved. End of the year, if I'm serious, I should hit $5-6 grand saved. I can get my book proofread. I can also get my teeth cleaned. And I'll do that interview. Instead of doing a movie, because a movie is very expensive, I'm not going to make any money off that. I'll just do an interview about my book. Maybe a 3 video series about, like, they talk about the book publishing industry and my book. Yeah. And have Vincent Valentino interview. Pay him like $200 to interview, $200 to interview for each video. Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you think you're going to make more than 20 billion? Because there's only 1.35. According to Google, there's only 1.35 billion English-speaking people in the world. These are people who speak English as a first language or English as a second or third language. Whereas the rest of the world, they don't understand English. And it's the people in Africa, South America, the Middle East, and India, and China, and Japan, and South America, and Mexico who don't understand English. You're not going to buy my book. They don't understand it. Why would you buy a book you can't read? And that's why it cuts it down to that 10, 14, 20, maybe $22 million I make off the book. But I think I highly doubt 20, probably, because the majority of that's kids, right? So you're probably looking at I make maybe my 15 billion off the book. Whereas if everyone who buys it, I'll make like my 80, 90, 100 billion, but it's not going to happen because the people who don't speak English are not going to purchase my book. They don't understand. They can't read it. Like I would never purchase a Spanish or a French book. I don't understand it. I don't understand French. I understand French a little bit, but I don't understand well enough to read a French book. I don't understand French that much. I don't understand Spanish. So why would you purchase a book you can't read? That's why it narrows it down to 10, 15, 20 billion, 22 billion I make off the book. Maybe my $50 million I make off the book. Yeah. Sometimes he said, "All right, how much you on your book, by the way?" I made $50 million. You made $50 million off your book? I'm like, "Yeah, sweetie." She's like, "Holy shit, that's a lot of money." She's giving that evil look. "By the way, Ivan, are you going to share that with me? Are you gonna share that with me? I'm like, yeah, I will relax. I'll share the money with you, man. Are you gonna share a little money with you? Yeah, I'll share a little money with you. Yes. You have to share a little money with you too, EJ. I saved your fucking ass. The few $1,000,000 you have in your bank, whatever it is, we're sharing that money together. I'm sharing my billions of money off the book. You have to share your little money with you, EJ. That's how it works. I'm not gonna let you do that whereby you won't share a dime of your money, but I'm sharing all my billions I made for the book. You have to share my money with you, EJ. That's how it works. Yeah, when we register for the cars, I'll put this money in the same account. Yes, the $2.5 million whatever you have in your bank, we put it in the same account. We share the money together. That's how it works. So, okay, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go upstairs and get my coffee. My coffee's ready. I'm gonna go upstairs and get my coffee. Back in a sec. Scary, we don't like that vlog. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm supposed to get my coffee. Very good coffee, by the way. Cream, flavored cream in my coffee. Hence why I will make my 10, 15 to 20 billion off the book. My guess is maybe 15 billion bucks I make. I make the in between, right? $15 billion off my book I make. Yeah. Did McDonald's get back to you yet, Ivan? No, they didn't. If I don't hear from McDonald's until Wednesday, on Wednesday after my shift at Dinty's, I'm gonna bike to Tim Hortons. I'm gonna apply there. Hopefully, I get the Tim Hortons job. Tim Hortons, they give you tip, and Tim Hortons is not as big of a chain as McDonald's. They're not as busy as McDonald's, but Tim Hortons is also busy too, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. So Vito will be shocked when you tell her, yeah, so Ivan, how much money did you make off your royalties for your book? I'm like, VJ, I'm like, yeah. She said, I don't know, $8 billion. I'm like, no, VJ, I made $50 million. You made $50 million off your book? I'm like, yeah. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money, Ivan. I know. It's a lot of money. She's shocked. That's a lot of money, Ivan. Are you going to share that with me? I'm like, yeah, I will, sweetie. Relax. I'm going to share with you, man. You have to share your money with you. That's how it works. You have to share your money with you. That's how it works right now. Yeah. So Ivan, Xanus is really that good it blows your mind away? Yes. The plot is so deep. Once you read the whole book and you finish the book, you read volume 3, the plot's gonna, it's a mind-blowing plot. It blows your mind away. And it'll be a public embarrassment in the entire industry. I'm not kidding around, guys. Looking at a public embarrassment. As you guys read such my book's more entertaining than all these other fast novels. And it'll finally hit all the readers' mind. Yeah, no fantasy author can talk this story. You can't, it doesn't get any deeper than that, man. It's so deep it blows your mind away. And you can't top that. No fantasy novel can top that. It's too deep. It's too powerful. Yeah, it's too powerful of a story. Very powerful. Whereby it blows your mind away, yeah. Hence the title Last Over Xanus, right? The situation in Volume 3 feels so hopeless. Hence the title Last Over Xanus. You guys don't know why I call it Last Over Xanus, but once you read the whole book, it'll finally hit your mind. Yeah, I know why I even call it Last Over Xanus. Yeah, but I can't think of a good title for each of the volumes. I'm going to eventually come up with a good title for each of the volumes. Right now, I just have it Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, but I'm going to have to come up with a title for it. You know. Yeah. Some center. So Xanus should make for $2.1 million. Yes. Once I make, I don't know, my $50 million off the book, and me and VJ, we build our house, or I don't know, our $650 million house, we buy our jets, our yachts, we go clothes shopping, we build the house. You know what I'm saying? George Lucas helps us finance cost payment. I'm going to put $2.1 million into the 3 movies, which is a $700 million budget, exactly $700 million budget towards each of my volumes. That's why you're looking at a revolution of technology. And I'll put $400 million towards special effects. I can put $100 million towards the costumes, armor, weapons, and the mask. And 400, well, good like $136 million is going towards payroll for each of my movies to pay the cast and the crew, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit crewmen, and the Hollywood actors, the cast for Xanus. And then $400 million going towards visual effects. Chances are a bit more because I might have maybe. I'm gonna tell you, Peter, if we have a lot of, if I have a good like $100 million left over in the budget, we can put an extra like $60 million towards visual effects to make the movie a bit better, right? But I have to save some of my money because you have the world tour. If I go world tour, and the world tour only costs me maybe $3 million, $3.5 million. You also have the red carpet event. You have to fly the cast and crew to Switzerland and fly them back home. That's through the budget. You have to pay for that, right? Their flights and everything. Yeah. Obviously. Some center. Yeah. Please, you're making Xanus for $2.1 million for the 3 volumes. He's like, that's a $700 million budget per volume, Ivan. I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, your was out of water. Ivan, the amount of money you're putting towards volume 1 is my entire Hobbit trilogy budget, Ivan, combined. And you're making that just for one movie? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit, your was out of water. This is a revolutionary technology. No movie has been made for $700 million before, Ivan. The highest in Hollywood was like $350. Yeah. Double the budget. Yeah. That's why Peter Jackson's shocked, or Mel Gibson, by the budget. Holy shit, you gave me unlimited budget. I know, Peter. You happy? I gave you unlimited budget and you signed your master's live. I'm happy, man. That's a lot of money, I know, Peter. Whatever I want to do for the horror, the wolves and bats, and the battle scenes and the world building, we can afford it, Ivan. I know, we can afford it. So Peter will be helping you. Yeah, if I choose Peter, Peter has to help me with all the main calls for the movie. So the Burgess Dark Hotel deal, my deal is $11.1 million for the event. I'm going to do a 2-day party there for the cast and crew. All you can drink alcohol in the hotel. I'm also going to host the red carpet event there in the Switzerland Lucerne city for the Xanus red carpet event. Last year's Xanus red carpet event. Are you gonna do 3 red carpet events for Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3? No, it's 1 red carpet event for all 3 movies. Because I'm selling my movie in a box. I'm not gonna release my movies year by year. No, I'm selling Xanus in a 3-movie box set. That way the fans can see the whole movie. Because when I work on the greatest hit, I don't want to have to focus on the release of Volume 2, Volume 3. Just release the whole thing in a box set. Amazon's like, we can release it year by year. We'll make more money on my guys. I don't want to keep the fans waiting. You don't want to keep the fans waiting for 2 years for Volume 2 and Volume 3. No. Just release the whole thing in a box set. It's one story, release it in a box set. It's better that way. And I'm hosting the red carpet event for all 3 volumes. And you're going to see the billboards for all 3 of the volumes, right? Yeah. And Peter has to help me with the film IMAX cameras. I'll rent a good 16, 17 film IMAX cameras for the movies. Adding up here, that's enough. Peter has to help me with the visual effects, equipment. We're going to get the best visual effects equipment for the post-production team to work with. Costumes, the sewing equipment and the fabric for the clothing, and the machines for printing the prosthetic demonic mask, as well as the tools for what a workshop for the armor and weapons, all that stuff. Peter will help me with all that. And Peter has to help me with the food. We're gonna call the best farms in Switzerland. We're gonna buy the best food for the luxury buffet. Peter's like, you're serving the cast and crew that kind of food. I'm like, yeah, Peter's like, holy shit, man, that's luxury, amazing tasting food. I know, looking at a beautiful buffet, man, like amazing tasting food. All you can eat, man, like you eat your sliders, your thin crust pizza, your teriyaki meats, salty pork, and your fried rice. Look at an amazing menu, man. Your sushi, your lobster, all that stuff. Yeah. And Peter has to help me co-write the screenplay, the script. Obviously, and I'll have Fran and Guillermo help me out with the script. We're going to write an amazing screenplay together for Xanus for 3 volumes. It'll take us a good maybe 6-7 months to write the screenplay. It won't take us that long. 6-7 months we can finish the screenplay. We'll probably do maybe a few minor revisions here and there in the script when we go over the script with Peter and Guillermo and Fran, obviously, right? Yeah. And Peter has to help me keep track of the budget. Obviously, he also has to help me with payroll. Because Peter's going to be helping me signing all the Hollywood actors, like John Boyega, G12, Avon Jojo. He has to help me sign all those guys, Peter. He's going to help me with payroll because he's my executive producer, and he has to help me keep track of the budget, too. Okay, Peter, we have a $700 million budget towards each volume. I need you to help me with keeping track of each of the budget. He said, oh, okay, I can help you with that. He helps me with that. Some Sarah. Peter will help me with payroll. Yeah. Yeah, and Peter has to help me with the concert arts. He has to help me with the concert arts, Peter Jackson. So after we co-write the script for 3 hours, Peter has to help me with the concert arts. We're gonna talk about the demonic characters, the world building, and the clothing. What kind of clothing do the characters wear in this world? John and I only have to draw those pictures. What do the weapons look like for the Zane army and the wolves? I want the wolf weapons to look different than the human weapons you have in Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, you have that L-shaped sword, right, for the orcs. Erethan in the movie has a long sword, but his sword is different than Takis' sword. Samsara? Yeah, the wolves have different weapons, the bats have different weapons. Yeah. Samsara? And after concert arts are done, Peter, when you go home to your hotel, you have to take your notes with Guillermo del Toro. You can have Fran and Guillermo del Toro help you out with your notes. And I'll also give a little bit of input with your notes too. I'll help you out a little bit, Peter. But because we co-wrote the script together, Peter has the same vision as me. He'll know what to write for his notes, and it'll coincide with my vision of the story because we wrote the screenplay together, me and Peter. Hence, we have the same vision of the movie. Yeah, and Peter takes his notes. That way, when production starts, he's prepped. Him and Guillermo are prepped. They're not lost when they direct scenes, and they're prepped. They know what they want to do for every scene. But you don't want to do a thing where Peter's lost during production. He doesn't know what to do like he did for The Hobbit. Because for The Hobbit, he had no time to prep. They only gave him 5 months to prep. Hence why Peter had to wing it. He had to make things up on the go while he was directing. And for someone who winged it, he did a good job. As the Hobbit movies were pretty good movies. The first 2 movies were pretty good. They're good movies, like 6, 7 out of 10 movies. But the third movie was a crapshoot. It wasn't that good. Like Battle for Armies was not that good. I give that movie maybe a 5 out of 10. It was okay. It wasn't that good. Battle for Armies. It's the worst one of the trilogy when you watch it, right? It wasn't that good. Peter's wing it caught up to him when he directed the movie. You know. His wing it caught up to Peter because Warner Bros. Didn't give him much time to prep, obviously. It gave him 5 months when you watch the documentary right now. He's like, Ivan, are you releasing your movie at the theaters? I'm like, no, Peter. He's like, Ivan, what are you doing for your company? Is it streaming? I'm like, no, Peter, 4K Blu-ray. He's like, oh, 4K Blu-ray. Like, you're releasing your movie on straight direct to 4K Blu-ray? I'm like, yeah. He's like, holy shit, that's Dolby Vision, Dolby Sound, Ivan. I know, Peter. He's like, Ivan, you're looking at an amazing experience at home. Yeah, even though it's not the theaters, if you put money through theaters, you're looking at an amazing experience at home. With this technology and you have the 4K Blu-ray effect on top of it, looking at an amazing experience at home, Ivan. I know. Your copy's better than Holland. 4K Blu-ray is top notch. I know, Peter. I know I'm doing 4K Blu-ray is top notch. You're selling it a box set, Ivan. I'm like, yeah, Peter, box set, Ivan. Can I give more of that box set, Ivan? I'm like, no, Peter. $700 million of film profits is enough. I'm not paying you more money, man. Stop being greedy. I'm saying, I mean, that's not my me. I'm just being greedy, Ivan. Yeah, Peter, stop. You're being greedy, man. I'm saying. Yeah. And this coffee's amazing. Flavored cream coffee. Yeah. Will you follow your book page by page? Yes, I will, but we go over each page very carefully, and then we discuss what stuff we should add, what stuff we should change a bit of the structure of the dialogue. We add a bit more dialogue, we add a bit more scenes to make it more interesting, but we follow the DNA of the story. Do not make drastic changes, Peter. I don't want the woman fighting in the movie, and I don't want the ancestors appearing in the war. You're gonna ruin my story, Peter. Samsara. We can make changes. Yeah, to make the movie better, the story better. Obviously. And my book is very easy to follow. Like, Xanus is the kind of book you can follow page by page. Whereas Lord of the Rings, you can't do that. Otherwise, your movie will be a mess. The plot would be very slow paced. That's why Peter had to cut out so many things. Unless you do a 6-movie series, you can follow Lord of the Rings page to page. Because Peter Jackson was doing 3 movies, you have to cut out a lot of. You can't cram all of Fellowship of the Ring into one movie. Like Fellowship of the Ring, you have to make 2 movies for just that one book because there's so much information going on every page. It's crazy. Like you have Frodo and them walking, they camp for 2 days, they meet this guy, and that takes place in like 30 pages, and they meet other people. It's crazy. Yeah. That's like Peter had to cut out so many things in the book. A lot of things he cut out. Like 80% of the book he cut out, man, Peter. You follow only, I don't know, 20, 25% of what's written in the book, Peter. And the rest he cut out. As I read to you guys in my channel, right? You see a huge difference when you read the Lord of the Rings books compared to the movies, obviously. Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Peter, I'm looking at a master. This is better than my Lord of the Rings. I know, Peter. Once he reads my book, he's like, "Holy shit, Ivan, you really write that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did, Peter." He's like, "Holy shit, you're looking at a masterpiece, Ivan." I know. You're looking at a masterpiece of a movie because the book is the best fantasy novel written, man. It's number one. Number one book. Damn it. Number one. Number one. Yeah. Yeah. I hope I get that McDonald's job, man. I don't want to work Coco Frutti, man. Coco Frutti's too much work. I'm not gonna quit Coco Frutti until I know I got another job. But if I don't get the job, because I'm not gonna quit Coco Frutti, because right now I have a job. I'm making Coco Frutti is the bulk of my money that I make, and so I'm not gonna quit Coco Frutti until I know for sure I got the McDonald's job or the Tim Hortons job. And once I know I have a job, I'll give the boss my 2-week notice, and I'm quitting Coco Frutti. Because Coco Frutti is too much work. It's fucking dirty work, man. It's a lot of work, man. Yeah. And the boss will know why I quit. Yeah, I didn't quit because the work's too much. Yes, there's a reason why all your dishwashers quit on you, because the work is it's too much fucking work, man. Especially on weekends, it's crazy, man. Yeah, even weekdays, a lot of work. Weekdays during the day, it's not that bad when you wash dishes, but when you close, that's when it's crazy. It takes me like an hour and a half to fucking close, man. It's a lot of work. Over 40. Yeah. Some Sarah. That's why the gays don't touch my money, man. You have me work shitty jobs, minimum wage my whole life, for almost 40 years. The billions all the books for me, just not for you not touching my money. There you go. Yeah, you won't let me touch your money now. I read my book. You also want to take my money too, because you're fucking selfish, man. Yo, Ivan can't touch my money, but I deserve to touch his money. No, you don't, man. You're not God. You didn't create this place, man. I'm bigger than you. You're not the true heir. I am. I created this place. You didn't. This may be your house, but I created this house. Without me, you wouldn't have a world to make your money, man. I'm the heir of the universe, of the kingdom. Me and Luigi are the heirs of the kingdom, not you. If you don't serve to control my money, there they go. The trillions in the world goes to you. These billions are the books for me and Luigi. It's not for you. The Xanus brand's mine. It's not yours. I wrote it. It's my brand. And I have the keys. I don't have to sell to you. I'm saying, don't hate me. I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Bees Ivan, I can't wait to go Lithia Ivan. I know Luigi, I'm excited too. I can't wait to play role of Prince Tactius, the lead. I'm gonna be the lead of the Zane's movie, man. Prince Tactius. I'm playing Prince Tactius right now. Yeah, that's one movie I've raised why was. Ivan's Prince Tactius, yeah. When you read my book, Tactius sounds like a white guy, right? But he's not a white guy. He'll be a black guy as I'm playing Tactius, obviously. When I bring the character to life of Tactius right now. Yeah. And beware of the greedy Hollywood crewman, Ivan. Some of the Lord of the Rings Hobbit recruitment might want maybe $200,000. I'm like, guys, I can't afford to pay you that. You get your 150K. If you don't like 150K, you're more than willing to work hard to make it 30, 40K if you don't like my offer. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, I can't afford to pay more money. All right, you can put money into the budget. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not putting any more money into the budget. 150K is a good contract for you guys. You guys don't make this in Hollywood. This is a lot of money, man. You're just greedy. Yeah. You even tell me, Ivan, if the crew want more money, you gotta be strict and say, no, we can't afford to pay more money, man. They're already draining a lot of the budget. Yeah. The $400, I don't know, $10 million in the budget will get drained once I pay all the Hollywood actors and Lord of the Rings Hobbit crewmen their salary. The bulk of it will get drained. Yeah. Guys, I can't afford to pay more money. I'm not putting any more money into the budget to pay you more. You're crazy. 150K, I'm already generous enough to pay you 150K. If you don't like it, you're more than willing to work hard to make your $40,000, $30,000 like my offer. It's a deal. I mean, I give a good deal. And they work really hard for me because I'm paying them for money. I'm spoiling them with all I can eat buffet, once a month parties. The crewmen are going to work really hard for me until I get a better movie than Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings. There's some of Peter Jackson's lighting guys quit on him when you read the book. And I caught a lot of cheesy stuff in the movie, in The Return of the King and Two Towers when you watch it. Catch cheesy visual effects. Yeah, because they slacked off a little bit, yeah. They get paid enough. Peter was limited with his budget, obviously. Lord of the Rings is only made for $90 million. That's a not bad budget, but like a movie like Lord of the Rings, you should be making that for $150, $200 million. And because New Line took a gamble, they made it for $90 million per volume, per movie. Lord of the Rings was made for about $300 million for the 3 movies, when you do the math. And yet, one volume for my movie is $700 million. More than double the entire budget of the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. And it's the entire budget of the whole Hobbit trilogy. The Hobbit was made for about $645 million, $700 million for the 3 movies. And I'm making one volume for what? For one volume for $700 million. That's when my company blows out of the water. My company blows out of the water, yeah. You have beer? Yeah, I have a lot of beer. I saved my beer for after this video. So, yeah. I already drank my other 40. Today I'm gonna, I saved a good chunk of my other beer. After when I watch my video, right, my show. Yeah. Let me get my coffee, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Your book is sick, right? No, John. My book is sick. You know what I'm saying? It's a sick book. I can't wait to be a part of that movie. I know, look at an amazing movie, John. Yeah, man. So your book will have raving reviews behind the scenes. Oh yeah, people are gonna call. Some people might even call it the perfect fantasy novel, because I wrote pretty much the perfect story. It's a masterpiece, an entertainment ride of a lifetime, an epic horror thrilling adventure, fantasy adventure, a page turner, an entertainment ride of a lifetime, a fun popcorn fantasy adventure. Yeah, like raving reviews behind the scenes. My book will be more popular than Harry Potter, man. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter, and Harry Potter's fucking popular. The most popular fantasy series ever written, right? The Harry Potter franchise is worth $25 billion. It's a huge IP, man, yeah. One of the biggest IPs right now, right? Harry Potter is the biggest fantasy novel IP, but it's not bigger than like Star Wars and Marvel. Marvel and Star Wars are bigger than Harry Potter. But in terms of books, Harry Potter is number 1. It sold 600 million copies. My book will beat that. I'll be selling my 700, 800 million, 750 million copies, 800 million copies, and I make like my $50 million off the book. Something crazy. And the gates know that. That's what my stepmother told me. Your book's #1, which means it's the #1 IP. If I sold out, it'd be the #1 IP in Hollywood. But the gates would dupe me. They would steal my money and give me just the peanuts. When you didn't even write my book, man. I wrote the Xanus book. The brand's mine, man. I have the keys. I'll sell to you. The Xanus brand's mine. Don't hate me, son. Yeah. The Xanus brand's mine. It's not yours. You're not touching my money. There you go. You won't let me touch your money. You're not touching my money here. That's how it works. I'm not gonna let you take my money when you have all those trillions in your bank and you hid your wealth, man. You lock all yours, man. You think I'm gonna let you? And you have those trillions in your bank. You think I'm gonna let you take my money? You're crazy, man. The $1 billion books for me, BJ. It's not for you. 0. You're not touching my money. You said 0 to me, touch your money. You're not 0 to you too. You're not touching my money either. There you go. That's how it works. Some sour. You're just a greedy psychopath, man. Yeah, VJ's like, oh, Ivan, the family's a greedy psychopath. Yeah, like when VJ sells out, you won't even let her be worth $100 million, even when she sells you, because you're fucking crazy, man. You're a greedy psychopath, yeah, man. Yeah, even if VJ sells to me and she has the keys, don't let her be worth $100. I'm envious, because you're fucking crazy. So either way, you're what? You're blinded by your greed and your envy. Even if I sell, you want to be a billionaire. I write my book, you also want to take my money. VJ sells out, you won't let it be worth $100 million. When I don't sell out, you won't let me make any money except for minimum wage. Because you're fucking crazy, man. You're a greedy pig, man. Yeah. Blinded by your psychotic envy. Yeah, man. That's why I gotta give you the keys, Ivan. That way the gates don't dupe you. You can make your billions off your book. And you can live that dream of a multi-billion life with VJ. I'm meant to live the multi-billion life. I'm not meant to live the multi-billion life. I'm meant to live the multi-billionaire life. I'm the son of God, man. I'm supposed to be living that multi-billion life with VJ. That's why God gave me the keys, though, where the gates don't dupe me. I make $550 million. I can build that dream $650 million house like Incredibles with VJ. Unheard of house. Yeah. Easy. We can build that dream like $600 million house. I know VJ, and we build a dream like unheard of $650 million house. Something like Incredibles, man. Something unheard of. That's how when the Hollywood actors walk in after they saw their houses when they part of our house, they're like, holy shit, I mean, this is your house? And like, yeah, they're like, holy shit, this is fucking nice. Everything is pinned on. I thought I was rich, I know. Even though those guys have nice houses, it's not my house, right? My house is something like Incredibles. With a GPS talking and everything. It's something unheard of. Yeah, man. Yeah. 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 Ivan, you really think your movie would be better than Peter Jackson on the Rings and George Lucas's originals? Yes, it's a better story than those IPs, man. It's a masterpiece. It's a deep, powerful story. Yeah. My stepmother told me my book's #1, right? I think that answers your question. Yeah. The gates know my brand's #1. That's why they want to control it, but you didn't write it. And I have the keys. I'm not selling to you, man. These billions is for me, VJ. It's not for you. You're just a greedy pig. There we go. Yeah. So, Sarah? Yeah. beware of the greedy agents I have in Hollywood. John Vega's agent might want $20 million, $25 million in the film profits. I'm like, no, John gets 8. I'm not paying him 2025. You're getting greedy, guys. He's not worth that. But the agents want to make more money, and the managers want to make more money. They're going to try and suck more money out of me and VJ's movie project. I'm like, no. John gets 8. He doesn't get 20. He's not worth that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Avon Georgia's agent might want a $7 million base. I'm like, no. Avon Georgia gets his 4. And I'm not paying him any more than $5.5 million to film profits. That's good enough. He doesn't make this in Hollywood. It's a deal, man. Yeah, I give a good deal. John Vega. It's a deal. I give a good deal. Avon Georgia. Yeah. John Vega signed like a $20 million deal, man. In Canadian money, which is like an 3 million deal in his pounds. I told you, $20 million in Canadian money is equivalent to $11 million in pounds. That's why John Vega signed a mega deal, a massive contract. Avon Georgia signed like his $12 million deal in Canadian money. He's walking away like 6-something million in his bank. They all signed mega contracts, man, mega deals. And so finally he appeared his mind. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, your company blows out of the water, man. All you're saying is start signing mega deals. I know, Peter. This is the biggest contract ever for the entire cast. But Lord of the Rings actors made peanuts, Ivan. I know, Peter. Your Lord of the Rings actors made peanuts and they worked their ass off for you. Amazing performance. And they made nothing and they still work hard for Peter. You can only imagine how hard these things are going to work for me. They're going to work their ass off for me. Yeah, man. They'll work really hard for me, yeah. They're going to work really, really hard for me. Yeah. Oscar performances, right? Zara? Yeah. So like, Volume 3 is really that deep. Oh yeah, it's so deep it blows your mind away. It's so deep and so powerful. The plot blows your mind away. Hence why my stepmother told my book's #1. Yeah, it's a powerful story. Amen. The situation feels hopeless. That's how deep it gets, yeah. And Takis is in agony at the end of Volume 3, like Jesus was in Passion of Christ, right? He's in agony. Why is he in agony, Ivan? Because he's facing the devil himself. I won't spoil story for you. And you also have other stuff, right? Other reasons why he's in agony. I won't spoil story for you. You'll see what I mean. Look, I won't spoil story for you. I wrote a masterpiece, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Like yesterday, I went over Volume 3, the war scene, the war scene in Volume 3. I'm like, holy shit, this book is sick. Yeah, I was blown away. Oh man, I can't believe I wrote this. This is a masterpiece. I know it's a masterpiece, my book. Yeah, sometimes I read my book, I'm like, I can't believe I wrote this, man. It's a fucking masterpiece, man. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. And I wrote that with no help on my own, man. And you guys read section of my book. My whole book is everything like that. It's a masterpiece. That's why people say, yeah, if you're looking at the best movie Jews ever made, yeah, you have Young Taki as the prologue with Taki's the first. You have Volume 2 with the Southern. You have Volume 3, the deep plot. It's a masterpiece. My book. A masterpiece. So, Sarah? And that's why those names are gonna beg. after the journey's over. But look, man, you're not good for the Great Escape with Keanu Reeves or Tom Cruise. You're not good for that movie. You were good for Xanus. You're going to go back to Hollywood and Left Behind and get reserve. I'm not going to resign you for the Great Escape. You're not good for the movies, I'm saying. Don't hate me, yeah. I know those actors are going to beg. Look, you can bail you one, shed tears. I'm not resigning you for the Great Escape. You're not good for the next movie, guys. I know that copy is way better in Hollywood and you had a blast. I pay more money, the perks, all the parties and everything being featured on the magazine promos, all stuff, and the commercials was cool. And the world tour was cool if I go world touring. You're not good for the Great Escape with Keanu Reeves or Tom Cruise or Ben Affleck or Robert Downey Jr. You're not good for the movies, sir. Yeah. You're not good. Yeah. So their agents are going to tell the actors, yeah, beg your ass off. Be desperate, beg your ass off for I need to resign. You're going to tell them that. Yeah. Because they know my company's better than all. I can pay them more. Better perks, crazier fame. And they know me, VJ's movies, the main event. The Hollywood movies are the side tension. All the Hollywood television shows and the movies are the side tension once I'm king. And that's why all the Hollywood actors will feel like total shit when I'm king, when I start casting with VJ. You know, I think VJ's movies the main event. Our movies are a side tension. You feel like shit. Even the big movies, like the DC movies, the Marvel movies, are a side tension, man. The Star Wars movies are a side tension. The Star Wars shows are a side tension. The Marvel shows are a side tension. Yeah, man. Even the most popular television shows are a side tension when I'm king. Yeah, all the hot actors feel like total shit because they're left behind and back of my door. They're not saved. Don't hate him, saying, yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. So you can picture the movie in your head. Yeah, when I read my book, I can picture the movie in my head, and I compare it to Lord of the Rings. I'm like, yeah, this trilogy would better than Lord of the Rings. Because it's a masterpiece, man. It's so deep and powerful. It doesn't get any deeper than that. That's why I told you, once I release my book, no fantasy author will be able to top this Alien story. It's too entertaining, the story's too rich, and the plot is so deep, it blows your mind away. And it doesn't get any deeper. You can't get any deeper than that, man. That's how deep it gets. It's so deep, you can't get any deeper. You can't undeep it. It's so deep. And that's why I told you, all those authors are gonna feel like shit. Those fantasy authors, even the other authors who write in different genres, like Stephen King, they're all gonna feel like shit because no story can top Xanus, man. And the story's too deep, it's too powerful. It's a masterpiece, man. Yeah, it's a public embarrassment, yeah. Yeah. You can hate on my a bit of my rawness all you want. Even though my book is a little tiny bit raw, I still entertain you way more than these other authors did. And I wrote the best story ever told. Yeah. Because some fans might say, oh, Ivan's writing is a little bit raw. I like Lord of the Rings and Way of Kings and George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones better. Okay, if you like those books better, I understand. Those are masterpieces too. But be honest, man. Like, what book was more entertaining when you read it, man? My book's more entertaining to read. Yeah, well, as you guys read section of my book, right? It's more entertaining than those other books. It's a masterpiece. The characters up on the page, it's a masterpiece. You guys see what I'm saying? I see what you're saying. Yeah. Ivan, are there flaws in your book? Of course, every book has flaws. Even the greatest storytellers have flaws in their book, obviously, but most of my book is top notch, man. I wrote like the best fantasy novel ever. Yeah. I wrote pretty much the perfect story, man. It's a masterpiece. But even my book has flaws too. Like you're gonna catch flaws with Patrice. He's not developed that well. The Eagles and Girls are not developed that well. Aratat in Volume 1 and Volume 2 is not developed as well as the human characters. But in Volume 3, I developed his character a lot more. So there's flaws in my book, obviously, but most of it is top-notch. And some of my writing is a little bit raw. Especially when you read Volume 3, you might catch a little bit more of stiff dialogue, more rawness in the dialogue in some sections. But it's still entertaining. It's still a masterpiece. I kept you hooked more than these other authors did. And you guys read such my book, man. Be honest, man. What book is more entertaining when you read it? My book, Last of Us, or these other books like Lord of the Rings and Way of Kings. My book is more entertaining to read when you read it, right? Yeah. So, Sarah, it's a masterpiece. Emma, a masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah. So Peter might push for lower salaries. Yeah, he might. He might push for lower salaries for John Boyega, Avant George, and all that. Mike Peter, no, man. We have to pay them a lot of money the way they work hard for me. I can afford it. I have a $700 budget per volume. I can easily afford to pay them a lot of money, Peter. Don't pay them like $500K, Peter. They're not going to work as hard for you. My comedy will not be as good as Hollywood. Okay, Ivan, I think you're saying, yeah, we have to pay them a lot of money, Peter. It's not fair that you sign your $1.4 million deal and these actors make like $800K. No. Pay Avant George 4, Peter. Don't pay him $800K. You'll be pissed off, man. It's not that great of a paycheck for a Hollywood actor. A lot of money for an average person. For a Hollywood actor, it's not that great. You want him to get his nice condo or get his nice like $250,000 car. You gotta make sure he gets paid a bunch. That way he gets nice cars and nice clothes. He buys a nice condo or his nice house. No. Or rent a high-end apartment. So I think Avondre lives in an apartment, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I worked for Dinties. But Dinties is not that bad, right? Even though Dinties is a lot of work, it doesn't stress me out as much as Coco Fruity. Because Dinties, like Dinties, you can argue. Dinties during the day, you can argue I wash more dishes than Coco Fruity. Because Coco Fruity on weekdays are pretty slow. Whereas Dinties are pretty busy in the morning shifts. But the way the routine works in Dinties is not as stressing as Coco Fruity. Obviously. But Dinties, I don't have to take out as much garbage. I take out maybe 6 garbage bags. They're not heavy garbages. I take out the boxes, but the guys break the boxes for me. And I don't have to do the order at Dinties. It's just not as stressing. Garbage at Dinties is slack. You know, so I do prep work. Like I do bacon. Sometimes I have to do bacon. Sometimes I have to do coleslaw. I have to do... The only prep I do at Coco Fruity is omelet. I do the omelet, obviously. But Coco Frutti closing is what's depressing because it's crazy. You have to close and wash every single dish. And Coco Frutti, the garbage is fucking crazy. You have to take out like 8 garbage bags, 7, 8, 9, 10 garbage bags, and they're heavy, heavy garbage bags. And the cardboard is crazy too. You have to take out a lot of cardboard. And I have to break the cardboard myself. I have to break it, yeah. It's a lot of work over for me. It's crazy. Yeah. But sometimes Dinty's could be crazy too. Like when the whole restaurant's packed and you're alone, Dinty's is also stressing too. It's a lot of work too. But it's not as bad as Coco Frutti. Coco Frutti is crazy, man. Yeah, man. And that's why I'm looking for another job. I applied to McDonald's. I didn't hear back from them. So if I don't hear back from them by Wednesday, I'm gonna apply to Tim Hortons after my shift at Dinty's. I'll bike there and I'll apply there. Because right now I'm using my younger brother's bike, right? My younger stepbrother's bike. Because my bike I have to fix. So now I on Tuesday and Wednesdays I bike to Dinty's. I don't have to take the bus anymore because the bus is like $4 for a ticket. So I save money. I just bike there. I don't have to take the bus anymore, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Ivan, you're not gonna make that movie? No. Instead of making the movie, I'll just do an interview, maybe like a 3-video, 4-video series of an interview. I'll have Vince Valentino. Okay, I want you to talk about the book publishing industry and my book. Make like 3 2-hour videos. How long a video? I would make a good 1.5 hour to 2 hour, 2-hour video. Film with your camera. 1.5 hours is good enough. A 1.5 hour video. Film with your camera. You pay Vince Valentino $200 for each interview, so $600 for 3 interviews. Instead of doing the movie right now. Cheaper. And you see me put on a show, right? As usual. Yeah. I'm the best speaker in the world, right? Yeah. I have an amazing gift. I'm an amazing speaker. You're an amazing speaker. I am an amazing speaker. Peter might tell me, Ivan, we should do a thing where all the Northerns are black people. I'm like, no, Peter, I don't want to do a thing like Black Panther. You're gonna contradict the plot if you do that. You can't have all the Northerns be black, otherwise you have a contradiction and a plot hole in the story. You'll see that when you read the book. The Northerns are not all black people, Peter. You have a mixed group of people. You have white people, Asian people, Arab people, black people. But the royal family is black because I'm playing Prince Tactics, the royal family has to be black for it to make sense, obviously, right? Yeah. Angelina Bassett's black, I'm black. Lithius is half black, half white. John Boyega's black, Jibon Zoo's black. Maramis is not a part of the royal family, but he lives in the castle. That's why I think having Maramis be a black guy is best. I think Don Gio's good for Maramis as a black guy. Or you can have Vigo or Russell Crowe play the role. We'll see what happens, obviously, right? They have to compete for the job. Yeah. Yeah. Vigo's contract on match with Don Gio. Don Gio's worth $40 million. Vigo's worth $40 million. So Vigo and Don, you can pay them their $10 million base. That's a good deal for Vigo and Don Gio. And you give them $60 million of the film profits. You give them like $1.2 million for the merch, and like 2.3, 2.4 million for the game. That's a good deal for Vigo and Don, whoever I choose. Vigo's like, Ivan, sign me up. For Lord of the Rings, I made nothing, Ivan. Yeah, for Lord of the Rings, I made like $1.5 million, Ivan. $1 million. He's like, Ivan, fuck off. I'm gonna work much harder for you, man. Like, you pay me more money, you give me better perks, you gave me my freedom, and I'm gonna be part of this amazing masterpiece, man. I'm gonna work much harder for you. He's like, sign me up, Vigo. Don's like, Ivan, sign me up. Russell Crowe's like, Ivan, sign me up. You signed me to a $100 million deal. Yeah, Russell Crowe, if he's chosen, he signed a mega deal, a $100 million deal, man. It's a huge fucking contract. But even his contract is pocket changing Brendan Peters' contract. That's why for the world tour, if I go world touring period, you get an equal amount of the actors not paying more money, man. Stop being greedy. So I'm saying, he's a greedy pig. He's greedy, yeah. He's greedy, Peter. He's a greedy pig, yeah. Yeah. Ivan, what do you think will sell the most? The book, the movie, the game, or the merch? The book, probably. The book's probably number one. Yeah, because for books, every member in the family they can purchase their own book. Whereas for a movie, you only have to purchase one movie if you have a family or you're roommating with friends. You only have to purchase one movie, so it cuts it down for the copies sold, Blu-ray copies sold. Whereas for books, a lot of families in the house are also gonna, like, every family member in the house will purchase their own book or their own ebook. Or some people might share the file. They can just download on their PDF and they buy one ebook for $22. You can do that, guys, right? You can share the file. I threw a little secret there, yeah. I think the book probably is number one. Then second is the game. Then third, the movie. Then fourth, the merch. The merch will do the least, obviously. But it's just merch, right? I'm gonna make my billions off the merch, but it's people are gonna be more excited to what? To play the game and read the book and watch the movie over rocking merch. Merch is nice, but you just rock it. You have a collection in your house. It's not as interesting as the movie, the book, and the game. That's all entertainment. The book is entertainment. The movie is entertainment. The game is entertainment. The merch is not entertainment. The merch is luxury. So I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the book I make like 15 billion off that. The game I make maybe my 10. The movie I make maybe my 8. And the merch I make maybe my 5.5. So I'm saying, yeah. I make the least off the merch. Most likely, right? The merch will probably be the least popular because it's just merch. In Hollywood, the merchandise is very popular, even more, sometimes even beats out the movies. But for my company, the movie and the game will be more popular than the merch, obviously. It's nice to have a nice poster and your L mugs and rock your clothing and your weapons and your toys, but it's much cooler watching the movie, an Ivan VJ movie and an Ivan VJ game and reading Ivan's book. That's entertainment right now. You guys see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Gonna get more coffee, guys. So I Zane's around be huge. Yeah, man, it's huge. And that's why VJ cries me, because VJ doesn't want to be left behind in Hollywood with a shitty career and I'm making all that money and I'm free, man. She'll be crushed. That's why she's so desperate. She cries me every night because she wants me to get her out of Hollywood. She loves me a lot, you know what I'm saying? She loves me a lot, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate him, saying. And she wants to see the light, and she wants a piece of my brains on my book. And she wants to financially control me, obviously, because VJ has the keys like me. She knows if I get her out of Hollywood, she's not going with me. She now has the financial control with me. She controls the money with me, and she wants to control the box office money with me. She doesn't want to be under the gates in Hollywood making shitty money. I don't know, her $300K for her movies. She wants to make the billions with me for the mega deal with Amazon, and be featured in magazine me and try to make her. She's fucking crazy. She's a crazy woman, VJ. That's why she cries you live. She's a crazy woman, your wife. She's a fucking crazy woman, yeah, man. So I'm sorry. So I mean, Xanus is like a 100. If you include all those IPs, the Xanus IP, all the stuff and all the divisions, right? You're looking at like a $100 billion brand, something crazy, like 100 billion in sales. For the book, movie, merch, and game, that's like 80, 90, $100 billion in sales. The brand is huge. Hence why the Gates want to control my brand, because they're greedy pigs. Yeah, even though Ivan only makes $50 million and that's pocketing to us, Ivan and Mary and Victoria Justice with $50 million in their bank with the keys to the kingdom is a lot of power. They can start their own films to go better in all economies. They can fund the Zane's movie for $2 million, fund the game for $500 million. They signed that 80-20 deal with Amazon, and the brand is now like a $100 million brand once they sell all their products. The movie, merch, game, book, it's like a $100 billion, $110, $120 million brand in sales. And you do the math. If your brand does $100 billion in sales, you do the math how much profits me and VJ are making. Billions in profit, tens of billions in profit. And the Gates want to take that money and give me and VJ the peanuts. When you, all the trillions in the world goes to you, man, you're fucking greedy, man. You're a greedy psychopath, yeah, man. Gates are greedy pigs. Ugh. No, I'm sorry, man. I'm envious. I don't want you being that successful and rich, controlling your own money and being a mother and VJ. I'm envious. I want you to be under us and you make like your 10 million for your movies. And we take your billions and you get a garbage VJ and you share with the world. You don't got the going beauty. You don't stay on forever. And we're saved because I'm fucking envious. They're crazy people, the Gates. If I sell out, the gatekeepers win the game. But I'm meant to win the game, not the gatekeepers. I'm supposed to win the game, not them. I wrote Mouse over for I came here, so I'm saying, don't hate him, saying, yeah. Yeah. So why do you think the book will be number one? Yeah, I think I'm gonna make more money off my book than I do the Xanus movie. Or I might make more. I might make maybe even 50 million off the movie. I don't know, but my guess is maybe 7, 8, 6 billion I make off the movie. Maybe $8 billion. But I might make more. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think the book, I'm probably gonna make the most money off the book. The book will be number one. I made like my 15 billion off the book. I told you, for movies, most people in the world have families or they have roommates. So if you have a family, not everyone in the family will buy the movie. No, you only have to buy one movie. So it cuts down the amount sold, obviously, right? Yeah, that's why I think I'm gonna make maybe my 6.5, 7, 8 billion off the movie. And the book I make maybe 14, $50 billion. Or maybe my 10, I don't know. I might make 10 off the book, I don't know. My guess is maybe 50 billion off the book I make. He's like, you made $50 billion off your book. I'm like, yeah, I did. She's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. I know, it's a lot of money, man. You know. Yeah. George even told me, I mean, Ivan, you're a brave man. Like, you chose to not bow down to the boss. The bosses, huh? Yeah, Ivan and VJ, you have no idea how rich your families are, man. They're the fucking gatekeepers, man. Although, I don't know, all the $400 trillion made around the world goes to them, Ivan. They take a cut of that, a big cut of that. They would have duped you, man. They would have taken all your money and given you VJ the peanuts, I know. And your life would have been destroyed, sharing with every generation forever. Yeah, I know. You're brave, Ivan. You made the right choice. And now the Xanus brand's yours. You own it, Ivan. Yeah, I own the brand. I own it. Emma. Yeah. George Ivan, you're like me. I own Star Wars, and I can't stand Hollywood. I'm independent from the Hollywood system. You have your own company, independent from the Hollywood system, and you own your Xanus brand. Yes, George. I'm kind of like George, right? Yeah. You can't stand Hollywood, Ivan. Yeah, George, I can't stand Hollywood. Yeah, you made the right choice, Ivan. Now the Xanus brand's yours. And all the billions off for the game, movie, and merch goes to you and BJ. Yeah, it all goes to us. The Gates don't touch. I didn't sell to the Gates. They can't touch my money. I didn't sell to you. You have to honor your deal. I made a deal with the devil. You have to honor your end of the deal. I did not sell to you. Now you have to lend me my money and see my wife, and you can't touch my money. The Xanus brand's mine. You can't touch it. They can't touch it. So I didn't sell to them. Yeah. You won't let me touch your money. You're not touching my money either. That's how it works, right? You can't be selfish whereby you won't let me touch your money. And you're not even fucking God. You didn't create this way. So when I pour my blood, so it is my book, you want to also take my money too. Because the gatekeepers are fucking greedy. Psychopaths are crazy people. I'm not going to let the Hollywood companies control my fucking brand and take all my money and give me the peanuts. Are you crazy? The brand's mine, man. I wrote it. I'm not going to let the Hollywood companies and the book publishing companies own my fucking brand. You crazy? The brand's mine, man. I don't want anyone touching my brand. It's my brand. The Xanus IP is mine. It's not theirs. It's mine. See what I'm saying? A little hot in here. I'm going to take off my robe. It's summertime pretty much, right? It's not summer yet in Canada. It's still spring, but it's fucking hot outside. So, take off my robe. There. And that's why Peter Jackson wants a bigger chunk of the money for the game, merch, movie, because he's salivating over my brand. He knows my brand's going to be huge. He wants a bigger chunk of the money. Ivan, what about $1 billion for the film profits? I'm like, Peter, man, you're getting greedy. I'm not paying you $1 billion for the film profits. You get $700 million. I'm being greedy. Ivan, what about like $500 million for the game and $500 million for the merch? I'm like, Peter, if you think I want to sign you to a $2 million deal, you're fucking crazy. You're not worth that. You get your $200 million for the merch and $200 million for the game, and you get your $85 million base, and you get your $700 million for the film profit. That's a good deal for you, Peter. And you get your $500K for the promos, and you get your $1 million plus in speaking. Ivan, what about $2-3 million? I'm like, Peter, you get an equal amount of the actors. I'm not paying more money. Stop being greedy. You're a greedy fucking pig, man. Yeah, he's greedy, Peter. He's like, Ivan, can I get more than that? I'm like, no, Peter, stop being greedy. Alright, I'm just messing, man. I'm being an asshole. That's not money for me. Yeah, Peter, stop being greedy. His age, Ivan, that's good for Peter. Ivan, you're very generous. A $1.4 million deal. Holy shit, man. Your company goes out of the water. This is more than what it made for the Hobbit of the Rings. Yes, Peter, this is more than what it made for the Hobbit of the Rings. It's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, Peter signs that contract, bro. Yeah. So Mel Gibson, Peter Jackson, I'm talking to you guys when you watch this video. I hope you guys are impressed with what I showed you from my book. I'm impressed, man. Your book looks fucking sick and everything. It's everything. I know. My book's a masterpiece. I love that scene before the Exodus. I know. The book is sick, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Are you saying there's another talking? Is like, are you saying there's another passage in the north? There is. It's due west from here in the mountains of Gilead. You know what I'm saying? And like he's like, hold it. Cornelius is like, hold it. There's more to be said about the cave. There's legends of dwelling devils, creatures that live there. They're like, what creatures? The bats. And Tacitonius laughs. He's like, ha, I think me, Tack, and Cass can handle some worthless bats because Tacitonius thinks those are regular bats. Obviously. And then Cornelius, was it Cornelius who said, or Eli? I don't remember. He's like, these are no ordinary bats, Tacitonius. They are big and fierce They can kill even you, one who's trained in the arts. They're a devil. He's like, oh, come on, we can fight them. And then Cassie's like, Taz, listen to them. The words might bring us a fair advice on our journey. I'm now sick. I know my book is sick. He's like, your book is sick. It's Brother of the Rings. No, Peter, it's Brother of the Rings, a masterpiece. I can't wait to direct that movie. I know, Peter. Or Mel Gibson, right? Mel Gibson's like, I can't wait to direct that movie. I know. Look at a masterpiece. Or if I choose right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but even does Cassius know about the bats? He knows a little bit about them, obviously, but he doesn't know the full extent about the bats, obviously. Because in the Blood Valley, there's carcasses of humans, bats too, in the past, and wolves. Mainly wolves and humans, but there's also some carcasses of the bats, obviously. So Cassius knows a little bit about the bats, but he doesn't know that much about the bats. But Tactius the First knows about the bats, as you'll see what I mean when you read more of Volume 3. That's why he said, yeah, the mountain gods, I've heard very little about these mountains. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like Tactius has kept some secrets from me. Yeah, Cassius is a little bit ignorant. He doesn't really know that much about the South and everything, but he knows a little bit about it, as you guys have read in the book, obviously. But Cornelius and Eli, they've heard stories about dwelling devils and creatures that live there. They're bats. And Tacitus thinks they're normal bats. They're ordinary bats. He's like, no, these are not ordinary bats. They're big and fierce. They're devils. They can kill even you who's trained in the arts. And he's like, oh, come on, we can fight them. And then Cassius is like, Tacitus, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Tacitus listens to them. The words might bring us a fair advice on our journey. You know what I'm saying? How many strong forged blacksmiths do you have? Eli, how many strong forged blacksmiths do you have? Of what use is this question, General? How many? Alright, now it's sick. I'm saying, yeah. We have over 700 available. We'll need, and yeah, they asked him why. You know what I'm saying? He's like, we'll need as many men able to bear arms if we're going to wander into those caverns. Because Tactius, Tacitus, and Cassius can't take on all those bats. Or, I almost supposed over you. They can't take on all those bats. That's why they have to have help. Yeah. How many bats are in the caverns? In the book, there's like, I don't know, like 500 or something like that. But in the movie, I might make it, maybe there's 1,000 bats in the caverns, a bit more. Make a few changes. In the book, there's maybe 400 or 500 bats that live in the caverns. The bats are kind of extinct. Whereas the wolves, there's thousands of them living in Barak. You have a 25,000 army, and you also have thousands of civilian wolves living in there. There's also civilian devil wolves too that live in Barak, who don't fight. They're not warriors, but they're still devil beings too, like the kids and the mother and father and all them. And you have Eretat's 25,000 army. But for the movie, I'll reduce it to 20,000. That way I save more money. You can have a 20,000 army if you want. I ask Peter what he prefers. Peter, do you want to have 25,000 army, or do you want to just have 20? All right, we can afford 25,000 army. We can have 20,000 army. Yeah, it's up to Peter. You have to talk with Peter, Ivan, when you make the movie, right? Yeah. Yeah. And that scene that you guys read when you discussed the Exodus of Saphius, that leads to the hostile crowd. I won't spoil it for you. And that leads to Ephesus in Volume 3 when you read Unexpected Journey, the first chapter of Volume 3. Ephesus, the king bowed the mountain. That scene will blow your mind away. Oh my god. It's a masterpiece, my book. It's so good, yeah. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, my book, man. It's a fucking amazing book, yeah. Is Ephesus powerful? Oh yeah, Ephesus is very powerful. Is he as powerful as Eretat? No, he's not. Eretat is a little bit more. Eretat is a bit more powerful than Ephesus, but Ephesus is powerful too. But Eretat's very powerful. Ephesus is very powerful too. when you read the book, right? I won't spoil the story for you. Yeah. So Ephesus is royalty. Yeah, Ephesus is royalty. Aratat's royalty. Tactius is royalty. So you have 3 line of kings when you read the book, right? You have the human line, Tactius's line, the 10th generation. Then you have Aratat's line, 9th generation, and Fool is 10th generation, and Ephesus is 9th generation. So you have a 10 generation history in my book of 1,000 years. You have a 1,000 year history in my book from the beginning to the 10th generation when Tactius II is born, Fool is born, and Aratat and Ephesus were born in the 9th generation. Tactius I was born in the 9th generation. You have a history. That's why when you read my book, you can do prequels. I'm not doing any prequels. When you get the history right, I'm not doing any prequels. I believe for Xanus, you should just keep it the way it is. Because I find a lot of times when people do prequels, the prequels end up ruining the story. The prequels, because I don't know. There's a thing with movies. Whenever people do prequels, the prequels end up being terrible movies, or they're not as good as the original movies, right? That's why I'm not a fan of prequels. Because prequels tend to be bad and they can ruin the story. That's why for Xanus, just leave it alone. Don't even do a prequel, Ivan. Because sometimes I ask me, Ivan, are you gonna write prequels? Or are you gonna make a prequel movie? I'm like, no, I'm not. Xanus is a story you should just leave. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. And you guess what happened in the past. That's the best way to make it work for Xanus. Sarah? Yeah. 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 Why did Queen Sarah said it is time for Tactius to receive his gift that was given to him? Because Tactius is now a little bit older. He's 8 years old. He mastered the I don't explain the book, but he mastered the session of Xangan arts. He knows a little bit about the south and everything and the walls. Hence why she said, okay, it's time for Tactius to receive his gift that was given to him. Yeah. And they also wanted to make him feel better. Because his mother lashed out at him. Obviously. She's like, you put so many questions in the boy's mind and everything, and he's just a child. Yeah, even though he's an innocent child, he's the Prince of the North, Prince of Xanus. And why we Cassius told her, why did we I kept my promise, I trained him, I did not make mention of the double wolves. But whether we like it or not, Aratat is his enemy, and my fear is that one day Tactius will have to fight the double wolf himself. And he's the Prince of Xanus, he has the right to know. And then Queen Sarah's like, he's too young. And then, but we'll give him the gift. It's time for Tactius. All right, now Sarah knows. It's time for Tactius to receive his gift that was given to him. And that's a special sword that was made for him in the prologue when you guys read, right? Go now. You have my thanks, noble. Yeah. Tactius at first doesn't like the Southerns either. That's why he's like, get out of here. You forge his sword. Now get the fuck out of here. Yeah, they don't like the Southerns. It's actually funny. And that's how the Southerns know stories about Tactius at first, because when some of the blacksmiths come to the walls and everything, they see Tactius at first, they meet Tactius at first, and sometimes Norse might maybe tell them stories about stuff in the north, and that's how the news gets passed on. That makes sense. Yeah, the noble came to Saphis, he saw Tactius the first, and that's how the stories get passed down to the Southerns. You guys see what I'm saying? I was just saying, yeah. I don't explain in the book, but that's how they know, obviously, the Southerns, right? The stories. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah. Because I'm looking at our masterpiece, yeah. Obviously. talk for an hour and 40 minutes. I'm done here, guys. That's good enough. I made 2 videos for you today. That's good enough. And tomorrow I'll make a video after my shift at Dinty's. Yeah. Yeah. Why is Taki so curious about the walls? Because he's curious. Why is there a wall? Well, he's also curious because when you read young Taki, he wonders. He tells Cassius, why are you training me if there's no dangers out there? But Cassius them tell them the Salverns are dangerous, as you guys read in that passage, right? Are the Salverns really that dangerous? Salverns? And Queen Sarah's like, bear. Yeah, it's not the Salverns, it's the Devil Wolves, but they don't want to scare the kids. Taki's just too young, he's not ready to know about the Devil Wolves in the south, obviously. That's why looking at a master priest of Ivan, he's behind the walls, and he's curious about what's inside the walls. And the Devil Wolves live in the south, in the past in the mountains. But yeah, he's Ivan looking at a master priest, I know, Peter. Yeah. Some Sarah. Hey, a second. I'm gonna get more coffee, guys. I'll make maybe an hour and 45 minutes. I'm done here. Hope you guys enjoy this show. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Well, I'm just gonna get my coffee. I'll talk for maybe 50 minutes. I'm done here, guys. Yeah, I don't want to make too long of a video. We're at an hour and a half, so I'll talk for maybe 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes. I'm done here. Man, this coffee's so good. Flavored cream, right? Flavored cream with coffee is so good. Yeah. So Takis gets his sword. Yeah, when he's an 8-year-old kid, he gets his sword. I don't want to spoil too much of the story for you, right? Yeah. Why even? How was Takis able to hide his sword? From the Salamans, he had a blanket on his horse over that covered his sword. That's how he hid it. You'll see that when we read the beginning of the chapter. I didn't show you, right? I didn't show you that part. Yeah. He had to hide his sword because Eli and them are the ones who forged that sword. And his name, they know about Takis at first. Hence why they say, okay, your name Takis cannot be used here. The Salamans would be suspicious that you're a Northern. The Salamans don't like the Northerns. And the name Takis in the South can draw the wolves here. The spies can find out that there's a man named Takis living in the South. And Aratat knows Takis' name is Takis too. He knows Takis at first his son's name is Takis. He knows. He doesn't know what Takis looks like, but he knows about the name Takis, right? Yeah. Oh, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm going to masterpiece. Smoke is sick. Yeah. So Takis is not a Mary Sue, no. Takis goes through trials and tribulations throughout his life. Yeah, because most of these cliche stories, you have this farm. You know the story about the farmer boy he meets. He likes a princess, and that farmer boy becomes a prince, and he becomes king. Yeah, my book is a total opposite of that. You have Takis, a prince from the Holy Heavenly Kingdom, and in Xanus, he comes down to the south, and he takes on a fake identity as a farmer. He gets thrown in a dungeon. You know what I'm saying? His cousins go through trials and tribulations. They get captured. Their friends die and all that stuff. And then you have the volume 3 once a dark episode of Takis' life. He's agony. Takis has an amazing character arc. He's not a Mary Sue like Rey in the Star Wars sequels, right? Yeah. Remember that scene when he's arguing with Sirius Papari? What did I say about taking orders from Syrians? Like, what do you know about being an heir or anything? How dare you bring my old man into this? I'm the heir of Xanus, I'm subject to no one. Yeah, and then later on, he's like, I'm sorry, guys. He's like, I've just been through a lot. He's like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I miss my home Xanus. Yeah, Takis goes through trials and tribulations in his life when you read the book. He's not a Mary Sue, right? Yeah. Amazing character arc Takis has when you read my book, right? Whereas Rey is like a Mary Sue. She doesn't really go through any trials and tribulations in her life. Like, she has very little training. She awakens in the Force and she bests Kylo Ren, who's a trained Sith. Yeah. Snoke trained him, yeah. 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 Is Takis an amazing swordsman? Yeah, you'll see what I mean when we read the book. I won't spoil sword for you, right? All I'm going to say is that when Takis leaves the walls, he's never fought in battle, as you guys read in that scene. Have you ever fought in battle? Sorry. He's like, no, Sirius, had never fought in battle. I've never been outside the walls. Hence why Takis was curious what Safius was like. What is Safius like? He's never been to the South, right? Obviously, right? That's why he was shocked when he saw Safius by how beautiful it was. Even though it's not Xanus, this is a beautiful city. He was shocked. I get a good vibe as I walk through. He's a cocky, arrogant prince. Yeah, he's cocky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Safi's is beautiful. It's not Zane's, but I got a good vibe as I walk through here. Yeah, he's cocky. He's a cocky, arrogant prince. And even though Safi is beautiful, it's not my home Xanus. He's cocky. You know what I'm saying? Hi, I've only seen my castle. Yeah. This, my friends, is Sir Eli's humble abode. And Papari's like, it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And Taki's like, hi, I've only seen my castle. Yeah, he's cocky and arrogant, Tactius. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. And that arrogant, cocky man in Volume 3 is a changed man. He's praying. He's in agony, looking at a masterpiece that I wrote, man. The reason I've been looking at a masterpiece. This is Bird of the Rings. All right, over here is Bird of the Rings. It's a masterpiece. It's such an amazing story, I know. So the scenes in Safi's and all stuff in Zane's are a bit lighter. Yeah, they're a bit lighter, but once you get to the wolves, it's dark and they're demons and devils. You kind of had that Lord of the Rings vibe. Remember how in Lord of the Rings it starts off light with the Shire? And once Gandalf starts talking to Frodo about the ring, it gets dark and the ring race are they go to the Shire. Baggins. Remember that? Baggins isn't around here. He's out in Hobbiton. This way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it gets dark, yeah. But if you think those ring races were freaky, Lord of the Rings was PG-13, and those ring races in Fellowship Ring were pretty freaky, right? When I saw them in theaters, those guys scared the shit out of me, man. Because when I saw Lord of the Rings, it was a bit scared of me because I was like a 10-year-old kid when I saw it, and I've never seen a movie like that before. Because my parents never took me to the theaters to see horror. I wasn't allowed to watch horror movies growing up. Because my parents were supposedly Christians, right? And I saw Lord of the Rings, and those orcs and ring rays, they creeped me out, man, when I watched it. When I was a kid, it was a bit scary for me, Lord of the Rings. Now it's not that scary because I'm an adult, but even now, the ring ray scene in Fellowship Ring is pretty freaky, man. And yet, those are PG-13 beings. Everything of them are going to be like 4 or 5 times scarier than that. They're devils, man. It's rated R devils. As I showed you the video and pictures, right? They're going to be devils, man. That's why Zane's will have crazy white buzz. Yeah. Crazy white buzz, yeah, man. Some Zara? Yeah. Yeah, man. So the Lord of the Rings movie have richer speech, richer dialogue. Yeah, Lord of the Rings will have the dialogue is probably a little bit more richer than my book. Because you have the language of the elves and everything, but the Zanes will be beautifully written too. As you guys remember, you're looking at beautiful old English style written speech, but it will not be as deep as Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings will be a bit richer in terms of the speech and the word choices, but the story of Zanes will be the better story than Lord of the Rings. People even tell me, yeah, Ivan, your movie will top my Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's a better story than Lord of the Rings. It's deeper. It's more powerful than Lord of the Rings. It's very, very deep. Whereby it blows your mind away. Return of the King is deep with Frodo destroying one ring, but my Volume 3 is deeper than that, man. It's going to be very, very deep. It's a powerful story in my book. My story, right? My book. Last of Zanes is a powerful story. It's a masterpiece. You'll see what I'm reading my book, guys. I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. I have the wolves feast on human flesh. Yes, I do. The wolves feast on human flesh, man. That's why my story is powerful. It's a powerful story. That's why my story is powerful. Yeah, man. It's a powerful story. Yeah. Like you're gonna see some scenes in some scenes in the war. You see the captured scene. You see for full in some of the walls. They feast on some of the dead bodies of the humans. They just take their arms and they feast on it. The devils, yeah. Peter's alive, and that's a bit too gory for the kids. I'm like, no, Peter, I want to make them not scary that way you tell a powerful story. They're devil beings, Peter. The way this story's powerful. Yeah. That's why it's something very disturbing, obviously. They feast on human flesh, the wolves are devil beings. Yeah. Like, you see the scenes when they camp and everything, they eat like raw meat. You see, I don't know. Peter, what do you think of a scene when Eretat, they drink blood too? Yeah, when Faful's born, they have this like satanic ritual in Barak, and Eretat drinks blood. The wolves drink blood, yeah. And Eretat takes like a rabbit. In the book, I just said he feasts on raw meat, but for the movie, you can say he takes a rabbit, he just munches on the rabbit, and he drinks blood. Eretat, they're cursed devil beings. They feast on human flesh too. Not all the time, but sometimes they can feast. Peter, I want scenes where the wolves feast on human flesh. Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. That way, it's powerful. The story's powerful, yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. Yeah, man. What did Taki's mean by he says the will cannot be fulfilled? I don't want to spoil story for you. See what I mean when you read Volume 3. And why was he smiling for that generation? I don't want to spoil story for you. All I'm going to say is you'll see what I mean when you read the book. Volume 3 answers all the questions. That's why I enjoy Volume 3. Because I don't want to spoil story for you. So I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil story for you. That's why I enjoy Volume 3. That's why Xanus was the best book ever written. The best movie choice ever made. Yeah. Ivan, how much will you sell your box set for? $125 to $135 I'll sell it for. It just depends on how much it costs Amazon to make the box set. It'll probably cost Amazon maybe $35 to make the box set. I can sell the movie for $125. That's a good deal for you guys for the box set. And the book, I'll sell the ebook for $22 if you don't want to pay the $85 for the print. Or if you want to get the beautiful print edition with the beautiful print book, you pay your $80. I might charge $80 or $85 for the book. Maybe $80. $80, you get your beautiful print. Or if you don't want to pay $80, it's too expensive, you can pay your $22 and read the ebook on your laptop. The only people who are going to buy the print are like the book nerds. They like having a print collection. And the rich, like the Hollywood actors and the celebrities, can easily afford to pay $85 for a book. That's pocket change to them. Whereas the average person, that's a bit steep. It's a little pricey. That's why you have ebook options for those who can't afford $85 or $80, or it's too expensive because they have to feed their family. You can pay your $22 and read the ebook on your laptop. Yeah, but I recommend you guys don't read the ebook on your phone. Read it on your laptop or an iPad. Don't read it on your phone. Read it on your phone, you won't get as good of an experience. Read it on a big screen like a laptop or your iPad. A laptop is good. You purchase the book on Lulu for $22. You can read. You download the PDF file. You read the whole book on your laptop. and you're looking at the best fantasy novel ever written, looking at an entertainment ride of a lifetime, and you're going to be blown away once you read my book. You will see it when you read it, guys, as I showed you guys, right? It's a fucking entertaining book like that, man. Anyways, guys, there is where I talked for an hour and 46 minutes. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. I made 2 videos today. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my shift ends. Zavimir, I'm signing out. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Zane show. Peace. Don't hate me, son.